Welcome to Movie Minds, guys. How's it going? We are here to entertain you and talk about movies. We're just going to invite you guys into our group.
First episode.
So we're just going to go ahead and introduce each other, or ourselves.
My name's Anthony, and I love movies, and we're going to talk about them right now. We're going to get serious. That addiction to movies. Very bad one.
What about you?
Daniel.
Who are you?
I am Daniel, and welcome on this journey with us.
That's right.
Hey, my name is Ish. You call me Ish. And I also love movies.
There we go.
We're going to have this format. We're just giving it a shot. Hopefully you guys go follow along, and please comment. Let us know what you think as we go along. All right. So we're going to be talking about box office projections, 89 million. Then we have Toy Story 4 with 32 million. Yesterday, 10 million, and Annabelle comes home 9 million. There's a lot more, but those are the ones we want to talk about. So right off the bat, the thing that comes out and stands out to me is not even on the top 4. It's actually number 9. Which is Avengers Endgame. It's actually still at 3.8 million. And I know everyone, it's old news and everyone's talked about it multiple times. You probably already saw a bunch of movie reviews about Endgame, but they re-released it. And I'm thinking it's probably because they want to beat Avatar.
That's exactly why they did it.
Which they actually didn't beat Avatar yet.
Far from it.
Not the way that it looks right now. Right now it looks like they're making 3.8 million. I'm sure the last weekend, the week that it came out, actually probably made a little bit more. But honestly, these numbers that are getting right with the re-release, I thought were going to be really bigger. The fact that they're not, they were about 200 million, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, off to catch up to Avatar, which
is still number 1, the king of
I know
all box office.
You guys heard 200 million. That's nothing when a big movie like this comes out. But once it already has traction and it's been out, it's really hard for them to catch that million, those 2-3 millions that are So anyway,
so we went to go see it, right? Me and you. We were like, we have to.
I did not.
Because you didn't answer our text.
Exactly.
But we did, and we loved it. We got this poster actually up here. I don't know if you guys can see in the shot, but we had to show our support because there was 6 minutes worth of video or whatever extra. And what do you think? What do you think about that? 6 minutes.
I mean, honestly, it didn't even feel like 6 minutes. It felt like 4 minutes, really. Mm-hmm. But if I would have known a little hint of what was going to be released, I probably wouldn't call it worth it. Probably just waited till the DVD came out.
Yeah, I think it was definitely not worth the full ticket price.
It felt shortchanged for the fans. Cause it's not maybe they're going to set up something.
You're not the first
right.
to hear that.
Well, see, this is the thing. They kind of set up. It's just that we've seen the setup. If you guys don't know, the end credit of it is a dedication to or tribute, right? Memoriam to Stan Lee, and it was awesome. It was great footage. And then they had a deleted scene, which was totally worth my time or our time, I think. And then we had a scene of Spiderman Far From Home. And so that was the Mysterio popping him out of nowhere. You guys probably already saw the trailer on it, but that was kind of cool. But the problem is that it's already been in a trailer.
Right.
It shows up.
In the trailer.
Every single person has seen it already.
Absolutely.
So I mean, if you didn't go see Avengers for the last time, I mean, you didn't.
We're saving you money.
You just saved $10.
If you just want to see it again on the big screen, then go do it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm the one that did not see the extra footage. I'm the one that was just, I didn't get a chance to see it. But to be honest, was able to see the extra footage or even explain to it a little bit. For me, I would wait till it comes out and not in theaters because I saw Endgame in theaters and
it's the Blu-ray content. It's
right.
definitely extra.
It's what it is, right? Yeah. So I did get to see though, however, Toy Story 4.
Yeah.
And I cried my butt off in that movie, man. I can't believe how much I cried in this movie. I know I'm a big old pansy, but I'm gonna be honest. Toy Story 4 was just the money that it's making right now and just the lineage that it carries with it. It's amazing. I never thought that it would do 4. I honestly didn't think that it would work.
I didn't think it was going to work either.
But
I think Toy Story 1, 2, and 3 are like perfect, almost the perfect trilogy.
Yeah. And so, but projecting right now, it's still at 32 million, right?
Yeah.
And total gross is $305 million in its second week of release, and so
definitely people are going out to see it, right?
For me, what was really most I guess just mind blowing for the box office is that Annabelle came home at number 4. Above everything else.
I know.
Oh my god, dude!
She came home with number 4 on her belt.
Most impressive.
Yeah, it was probably the least impressive of the movies in the whole universe.
I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really give thoughts, but it looks like it was underwhelming.
It's essentially a teen movie. I'm not going to spoil too much of it, but that's what it really feels like. It feels
Is it like the Civil War of the horror genre? Like everyone comes together?
No, I wouldn't call it that. It doesn't. I don't think I'm giving away too much spoilers because you don't see that even in the trailers, but it's definitely not like it's not like the end game of like it's
no,
universe,
of course not. It doesn't.
It's not like everything's coming together.
Yeah. Conjuring is the
some things do, which is really cool. There's some things that I did like about the movie, but I'm still just surprised. Maybe it's another type of coming together universe, with a lot of different stories.
So it's not a surprise that it's made not really
no, because
much
the curiosity would be there. Because I think
there's a big following for this universe.
It is becoming a cult following. So it's kind of like you have, it's like the horror genre's answer to, or really playing off the success format, I guess you could say, or strategy that Marvel's been taking. It's telling a bunch of different stories and then kind of bringing them together. DC's trying it, not doing too good. But and then this universe is doing it. Has another story. But yeah, this Annabelle universe, Conjuring, and all that. That's kind of like the horror film's answer to that. It's cool. I would still go see it. Maybe catch it like matinee.
Look, it's not making that much money right now, but I have heard that
number
it's
4 though, man.
It is number 4 because
impressive.
it's the Conjuring. Just universe.
I don't have too high hopes on it. I would call it probably the weakest of that universe's stories or movies. That's just me personally.
Well, high hopes for that film definitely was not there for me. But high hopes for Spider-Man Far From Home, now that was through the roof for me. And I think we could go ahead and talk about it now, finally, right? Everyone, it's been out for a week, and we could give our thoughts. So what'd you think? What'd you think,
Man, dude, what did I not think?
By the way, let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah, sir.
We just came back from watching it because us two, we watched it already like a few days ago, and then he hadn't. We were gonna do this, and he was like, "I haven't seen it. Maybe you guys could just talk about it." I'm like, "No, come on, man. You have to give
It
your
is good.
opinion on it."
I would have saw it 2 days in a row, or no, the second time, right? Because I saw it Wednesday night. Oh yeah, 2 days in a row.
Yeah.
I just had to watch Stranger Things, though. So, well, go ahead.
Oh, wow.
What are your thoughts on it?
Oh my
You just came
God.
out of this movie.
Look, dude. A quick overview is Spider-Man has become today one of my most favorite Marvel movies that I've ever seen in my life. To be honest, it was so good. It was so
Like
good,
that,
guys. I want to say something bad. I really, because that's my nature, but I don't have anything bad to say about this movie. It was so. Daniel. My God, I loved it.
We're going in depth and really share.
Well, we're gonna give our non-spoiler review. We don't want to spoil it for people that don't.
I would call it. I heard someone else say this, on the internet, and I really have to really, really support them. And it's probably one of the best told stories, I think, in a Marvel movie, aside from what's the one that everybody likes, Winter Soldier, right? Winter Soldier is just a great storytelling from beginning to end. I really love that they gave us so much more character depth to Mysterio. Definitely, you would think that, you probably went in as a comic book fan or as a Spider-Man fan, you would think you go in kind of already knowing the history of Mysterio. But you're definitely not ready for it. Really, his powers are really awesome. They really take you just for like a left turn, like, whoa, like I didn't expect it to be to that degree. Really, almost, I would feel kind of excited to see him almost go in against Doctor Strange in a sense. I know the power level's not there, not to give away too much, but just to see like...
But you liked it, right?
I liked it. I loved it.
You liked it right now.
I love the movie.
So what's your overview of the movie?
So I'm an optimistic when it comes to film. I know that our camera guy over there, he's laughing at me. he thinks that I'm too positive. But to be completely honest, as you can see, I really love the film. I think that if you've even dipped your toes into the Marvel universe, and you know a little bit about Iron Man, you know a little bit about Doctor Strange, you saw Endgame because it was so hyped up about everything, you are gonna love this film, man. And I think that take out the superhero aspect of it. Mm-hmm. What really got me is the first 2 acts of the film. Wow. Like the first act, the setup of the kids coming together, the relationships, the surprise relationships that came out of it. Mysterio was like, oh man, it's like one of my favorite villains now, to be completely honest with you, man.
Yeah, he's really good.
Just so many things about the film worked, and it had nothing to do with the superhero aspect. And that, for me, growing up in the 90s and watching what was the cartoon?
Amazing Spider-Man.
Amazing Spider-Man. That felt like I was watching that show again.
You know what? You're right.
Took
That's
me
probably
back
the
to
only
the 90s,
film
man.
that's made me feel that
and
way.
I was like, my God, this is what I've been waiting for, man.
Yes.
Like, and like, I'm not really a big fan of the junior Spider-Man, like Spider-Man not knowing what to do, but I could see how they're building Spider-Man up to become what I think in my head is Marvel. Like, for me,
yes.
the main gem or the diamond on top of everything, for me, has always been Spider-Man. And so, not Iron Man, not Thor, not all these other big superheroes. It's been Spider-Man.
I completely agree with that.
Coming from New York, too. I mean, I love Spider-Man.
I completely agree with that because Spider-Man's always been, I would call the face, not Captain America, not Iron Man. So, I really like the setup from, Avengers Endgame. Yeah. I mean, I'll spoil that because it's been out for so long. It even got re-released. So when Tony Stark dies, Iron Man, it really sets up Spider-Man to really take the helm and be the face. And I don't think it's a move to market towards like kids or nothing. Even as adults, for sure. Ish was saying, it's really the character development of Peter Parker himself was so great in the movie, and you really do see. Is this what you would call kind of like a coming of age? I never really.
Yeah, I think
it's another one.
So.
It's kind of like a coming of age.
It's like a double one now.
Yeah, and just like the way he said,
sequel to it.
For his character,
I love the movie, guys. Honestly, if I could have, if I were to say the things that this film did, just even including those end credits,
which
honestly,
you will be able to because there's going to be a spoiler review. In another video, so we'll be able to talk about that.
And the things that happen in those end credits, you're absolutely right, Ish. The things that happen in these end credits they were, oh my God, man. When they give you fan service, they give you fan service and you see it and you're like, you don't sometimes want it, but when they give it to you, it's such like beautiful symphony of just... That's the way I felt about the end credits of this movie. This movie touched so many parts in my mind. The way that they went about doing it, they did it really like a comic book. I felt like I was watching a comic book come to life. This movie was so great. I can't find anything wrong with it yet, but I gotta watch it again, guys. But I'm gonna tell you one thing.
I could find some stuff. I do see that.
I have to watch it again. It's marvelous, guys. I love this movie, and it's not just because I just watched it. I've seen a lot of movies and I walk out and I'm ready to just destroy it. But this movie really, just to me, guys, I don't know, man. I really, and we were waiting to talk about it because this is our first show. But the fact that we're now being able to talk about it, and they're saying the same thing I am is just amazing. Great movie, guys. I can't say more good things about it.
Good storytelling. Right?
We're fans when you talk about end credit scene, and a grown man says beautiful to describe the end credit scene. So I'll leave you guys at that. Anyway, so we want to talk about another topic, and if you guys want more about Spider-Man and our thoughts, and we're really going to dive into it because I really cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there's another video, and you'll be able to see it at the very end. We're going to talk about casting news. Her name is Haley Bailey, and she was casted for
Halle Bailey.
Haley?
Halle Bailey.
Haley. Halle Bailey.
I'll give you the name right now.
Anyway, so we're talking about her and how she's been casted for Ariel.
Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey.
It's Halle Bailey.
Hallie?
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever.
Well, Halle Bailey.
Hallelujah.
We're gonna talk about Haley Berry.
She did that on purpose. She did that on purpose to go off on
Halle
Halle Berry's name.
Halle Bailey. Halle Bailey. We're gonna talk about her and how she was casted for Ariel. It's probably one of the most iconic animated roles in history. Little Mermaid. I mean, who doesn't know what who
hasn't heard of the Little Mermaid?
Really?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and talk about her casting, and there's a lot of controversy around this so-called miscast, from what I heard. So
You know, man, it's fine because how many characters have been, you know, I wouldn't say miscasted or just just casted differently from its true character. I mean, people complain about who the character that was or the actor that was chosen for Danny Rand in Iron Fist, right? It's supposed to be like of Orient ascent, like, you know, that kind of an Asian person. We ended up casting like, you know, a white person. And then even Wolverine, man, even Hugh Jackman, he's iconic forever, but he wasn't he wasn't like the built for it. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine was always to me like that iconic short little like mauler, just crazy dude. But then we cast like, some people have had gripes with it until we saw what he could do with the character.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You know, it is what it is. To me, it's not a big deal. If she can just really bring that character great to life in a live action film, why not?
Well, this should be said. She was Cinderella in one of these Disney film.
Oh,
She
okay.
played Cinderella in that. I didn't see that movie, but just looking at her look and the fact that she's African American, I really love this move. I really do. Whoever, Disney doing something like this with someone like this and just giving that adversity, you just doesn't matter. Ariel is a fictional character. She could be whoever.
Yeah.
So when they casted this person to me, I'd never seen her in my life until I did a little research. Her face, her just the way that I can picture her coming out in the movie, she's gonna work great.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's gonna move forward, people like African Americans, Asians, Mexicans, anybody, they can really just get anybody they want as long as they fit. They're good actors, good singers, good. I don't care who plays any of these Disney characters, as long as you get the right person. They've done it so many times with other things that I thought wouldn't work, and I was proven wrong.
Right. Well, I think that this is probably a miscast, to be completely honest. I don't see her. I don't know her work. I have never heard her sing. I have to see the main highlights of that icon. Like, the red hair has to be there. The light skin and like the child, like the complexion of her has to be there. It has really nothing to do with race, in my opinion. I just think that they're moving way too far away, and they're trying to do something to shake up the casting on their films, because this is what they're doing. Disney's they're taking animated films and they're redoing them live action and all this other stuff. And I mean, I've loved most of what they've done, but I'm really
Example of
afraid.
something that they haven't done to date that you think that somebody wouldn't work, and that's different from the actual character from the cartoon.
From the cartoon that they've done already right now?
Yeah, like something that they even if you have to compare like Jungle Book, or you have to like the scenes that we see in Lion King and things. That's the question right here.
That's my point. They haven't done that. They haven't. They've stuck to their iconic roles. Like, imagine if they've done something like let's say, for example, like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Imagine if she would have been, I don't know, Middle Eastern or something like that. I feel like it would have not fit the role, to be honest with you. One thing I can say is that they have really casted well is the girl from Spider-Man, actually, Mary Jane. She's actually totally different from what the Mary Jane from the comics are.
Zendaya. Yeah.
Zendaya has been amazing. She's been great.
Yeah,
I seriously, at first, I was really afraid of her, but man, her comedic timing.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest with you, she's like the top 3 favorite characters of that whole movie. To be
and she's
honest,
completely different than what she is in the comics or
different
in the movies.
Exactly, but I cannot put Mary Jane at the same level as Ariel. Ariel, dude, like everyone grew up with Little Mermaid.
It's more iconic.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's a huge risk. I think that it's an unnecessary risk. Like, yeah, we could talk about how, you know, DC did Jason Momoa and how he's what is he again?
Aquaman?
Yeah, of course he's Aquaman, but like he's Samoan, and so like that's it. But that kind of makes sense though. Like that makes perfect sense. So I don't know. I just think that this is a little bit too much reach. So that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I just feel
what has Disney done that doesn't deliver?
That's what I'm saying, man. Everything they do. They do it with such. I really believe that they casted
Cinderella, Maleficent was alright.
You're right. Cinderella wasn't that
there's
great.
There's tons of stuff
but
that I could say.
But it's been good. They've been good. They haven't been completely trash either.
Yeah.
But this girl right here, when we see her in front of the camera, man, I'm telling you, I think she's gonna light up. I really do.
I mean, have you seen any of her work?
I saw little clips of the Cinderella movie that she did, but to be honest, I know that they were able. Disney is not gonna look. I have this confidence in Disney's just
Little
as
Mermaid.
much as
Little Mermaid is at the level of Lion King for me. To be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
To be completely quite honest with you, it's like the trinity of Disney animated, dude. Lion King, Ariel, and I would say like Cinderella or something like that. Something like super iconic. I'm missing another one. I know maybe not Cinderella, but another one. But
to me, it's always gonna be Lion King, and then from there, whatever you want to do. Lion King is always gonna, I think, is the king, the Mecca, the Alpha, the Omega of Disney movies. And it's coming out next week, you guys, or 2 weeks, and I'm super excited. But moving on.
Something that is a sure thing. Something that's for sure thing is Quentin Tarantino's 9th film, and that's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's his 9th film?
That's his 9th film.
And how many did he say he was going to make?
10. So he said it not too long ago. I read this article about it, and they were like, this is for sure his 9th film. And then he's going to do only 10, and that's it. He's going to wrap it up. So
the swan song.
Until they pay him $1 billion to come out with another
just so
one.
you guys know, like Quentin Tarantino, he has tons of movies. You guys probably already know about him. But like he said a long time years ago that he was only going to do 10 films, and that was his kind of gift to the world. And these 10 films.
It's been a good gift.
It's been amazing gifts. Well, for the most part, yeah. Even his bad ones are like.
There's still one.
Even like there's one bad one, really. Bad ones, like there were more. Anyway, so what do you guys think? What are your expectations?
Daniel, what do you
this?
think of the Hollywood?
I'm so excited, man! Just to see the star duo cast of DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, man. That's just, and then you got everybody else that's in there, Margot Robbie and everybody else. It's just, I'm excited, man, because one thing that that you always get from Quentin Tarantino, whether you think it's a bad movie, the one, or you think about all the other movies, is that the journey, the ride along of the whole story is just, it's always entertaining. Yeah. It doesn't leave you, kind of like, dull or just bored. So I'm just really excited.
I'm super excited about it
very,
too,
maybe not, because you think about like Reservoir Dogs or even like Kill Bill, but it feels very.
Both movies love.
It feels a little more real world. In a sense, if you get me, like out of
so
all
Django,
the movies,
like killing
Django, yeah.
Killing
Well, maybe that was real world, like
people
slavery,
by himself.
Cowboys and Indians times does, but
yeah.
this feels a little bit more real. Like we're in Hollywood now; it's a real place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Django. I don't know if they ever specified where they were from, or I don't know if it was in Georgia or whatever.
Somewhere in Mississippi.
Somewhere, but I don't know. For me,
fictional.
maybe it's the wrong, but. That's my opinion. It's my opinion.
Yeah.
For me, it feels a little more real world, and I'm excited to see how he tackles kind of the story in that sense. Of course, it's going to be embellished
more grounded.
It's Hollywood, and I think they might play on that self-awareness of Hollywood.
Exactly, and so I think that's what he's probably going to shoot for. I've not read a review about it. I don't know anything about this film. I want to go in there just to get my mind blown, hopefully. And so I think that he's going to have something to say about. He's been in this for decades now, in this industry, and I think he probably has a lot to say about the whole industry. And I think this is going to be his letter to Hollywood, dude. Like Once Upon a Time You know, and I don't know. I mean, that's just me.
You know, I never put a thought in what you just said
good.
right now.
That's good, man.
Bish.
Why would he say 10 films and then just like, okay, 9th film? I mean, I'm just gonna put something out there and just, you know, this is a good story. Why not say something? You
That's
know
a
what I mean?
great take on it.
So,
I never
That's good.
would have. Honestly, I never would have thought what Ish just said.
You know,
right now.
he showed it at the film festival, Kansas Film Festival.
Yeah, it was 11 minutes.
And there was like
ovation.
11 minute.
11 minutes standing ovation is what I heard. I could be wrong in the minutes, but I know there was minutes of like them just standing for this film.
So I mean, I'm super excited. I hear that it's going to be projected for 30 million for like the opening weekend, which is like, it's not a blockbuster like Endgame and stuff. All these big old blockbusters. So it's, you know, that's a great number. That's a good number to push for a smaller film.
I really think that the projection, when you deal with the projection, I really feel that when you have two actors like Leo and Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, and then obviously the director's famous in itself, we're looking at maybe 70 to 65, 60 million opening weekend to me, domestically, obviously. But that's what I feel, 55, somewhere around there. This movie right here is going to change so much in the movie industry. Now, with what he said right now, I really believe that. Just by the trailer, I really love the trailer. I feel that it you know, Brad Pitt, you could even see the reverence and what the respect that Leo gives in just the trailer, right?
Yeah.
The respect that Leo gives Brad Pitt. He's like, do you carry his load? And then Brad Pitt says, sure, I carry his load. And the other little interactions between them, you could just see Leo just respect the heck out of Brad Pitt, at least in the trailer. Brad Pitt's fighting in the trailer with that Bruce Lee character, Margot Robbie, all the things that happened so far in this trailer. And now with what he just said,
I could be wrong, man.
He could be, but you know what? If it's a letter,
with you.
if it's a letter for Hollywood like him, it's genius. It's genius. Quentin Tarantino, if you're hearing me, you probably aren't. But if you are, that's a genius thing to do.
Oh my gosh, they got it. They understood it. We need to reshoot now. We gotta stop it and push it back another year. Well, this was our first show, and hopefully you guys can join us every week. We're going to be releasing new content, and if you want to hear our banter more, subscribe, like, and yeah.
Hey, from a person that loves and adores movies, I will always tell you I'm going to be completely honest always, 100%. I love movies, guys. It's my passion forever.
And I love talking movies with these guys and with you guys, you know. Talking movies for you guys, so thank you so much for being a part of this.
This is Ish. Stay movie-minded.